right, so I know that we know that he's a science genius. We also know he's a professional dancer. I mean, professional, I think we're losing a little loosely there. And most recently, a chef extraordinaire, or something like that. Chef Raymond Razor and Natasha are here with an Easter special, 2 fish and 5 loaves, aka escoveitch fish, sauteed vegetables, and bami. How y'all doing?
Good morning.
No, Natasha.
I'm really here to assist Raymond.
I was going to say, because Natasha brings our breakfast every morning and makes sure we're all well fed, but she's not responsible for the cooking of the breakfast.
But I'll tell you something you probably did not know.
Tell me.
Natasha and I have teamed up before, and our chefing skills has actually won us a trophy. We're a prize-winning
First prize.
First prize.
We are award-winning chefs.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm actually very hungry then, now that you say that.
Well, the proof of the pudding is in
The taste.
the tasting.
Yeah.
So we'll, you know,
I was going to say in the pan. Murder.
So, it looks good though. The preparation looks good. I mean, of course, you have the typical stuff. I can see the onion, and of course the diced carrots. Yes.
And the fish is already seasoned, and it's salted and peppered. So we're ready to go. So walk us through it, Raymond.
Walk us through, yeah.
Actually, no, cook us through it.
No, I see what you just did there. So it's Easter, and one of the things that we typically have is fried fish and bami. All right. So, and we all know about the Easter tradition. We gave up meats for Lent, and of course the sprat and bread on Good Friday. But today we're coming in back to full mode, so we're going to be doing fried. I decided to do slices instead of the actual fish because it's quicker. And what we have here is a combination of salt and black pepper and some other dry herbs, and put them here generously, coating the fish on all sides. And of course, we already cleaned the fish. It has been scaled and everything. What you can do sometimes is that these edges will burn, so you can cut it off. And that actually you can use to create hors d'oeuvres. Fry them very crisp and serve them with salsa or some of the escoveitch. All right,
So remember, you don't want any though. Come say one for Yendi, one for more, and one for more.
Well, let me tell you something. And my name just sort of rhyme if you don't pronounce the T, Raymond Price, Jesus Christ. But I assure you, I cannot let this spread get any bigger to touch everybody. So since you count off yours and Yendi own, the rest of the crew, I'll take care of you on another occasion, right? And prior to coming on set, we already did the carrots, julienne.
Oh.
All right, and we also did the onions. That's for the escoveitch. So my able assistant, Natasha, will start soaking the bami in just some water with some salt. You can use coconut milk if you prefer. And we're gonna get that hot enough so that we get a nice color on the fish as quickly as possible. Want it a little bit.
Nice.
I did notice that in the commercial break, I was smelling butter. And then I saw you add oil to that.
Yes.
Why would we do that?
Well, one, you want to coat the bottom of the pan properly, so the butter helps you to do that, and then the oil gives it a little flavor. So, for example, if you have to be careful when you're cooking for children as well, you could have dropped a Scotch bonnet or some cloves of garlic, give it a nice flavor, and also will help with the crisping of the fish.
Nice.
And you want to turn it often, because you don't want it to stick. And you already are smelling some of the oregano and the other dry spices that was in that mix.
Hey,
Oregano?
hey, we're going to eat today. Hey, you hungry? You know about your porridge this morning?
Look here, so when it comes to fish, Yendi, you're talking about my favorite. You know what I mean? I like it steamed, I like it fried, I like fish.
Yeah.
I mean, parrots. No, not parrots.
Oh,
Not parrots.
I was about to say,
about
no,
No, not parrots. Not parrots.
Not I be talking about eating parrotfish with me on the set.
No,
because
it's not parrots. It's
right, we're trying to use it. Let me just use the opportunity where God has given it to us to ask persons to avoid eating parrot and jackfish because those are the ones that are needed to clean the coral reefs, to keep the corals alive.
And maintain the sand levels on the beach because they clean the reef and what they expel equates to sand and replenishes the beaches.
And it's important for what is known as beach accretion or creation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're trying to avoid that.
I love the science lesson in the middle of the culinary experience.
I cannot help myself.
It's a natural part of the ecosystem.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh.
Touch him for me, Andy, because we can't, we can't leave the Georgian hanging, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so that's getting a nice crisp on it. You want it to be golden brown on both sides. And you also want to make sure that it has an even temperature throughout, because that's one of the ways you know that it will be cooked throughout. So this one is almost ready. And then we have the bami soaking. So we'll be taking these out shortly and putting the bami in the same oil because it will capture and soak up all of that flavor. And at the same time, we're going to start the escoveitch.
Raymond, what's your favorite thing about
apart
Easter?
from cooking.
Yeah.
My favorite thing about Easter, days off from being out in the world. If you could get from Good Friday to Easter Monday in your house and in your bed, that would be happy. But on a serious note, my favorite thing about Easter is that it reminds us to think about the possibility of life after death. If it wasn't for the crucifixion and the resurrection, I don't know what kind of life we would have been living or whether we would have anything that resembles a society. As bad as things are, imagine if you did not have the foundation in Christ to look forward to. So if at no other time of the year it is brought home at Easter. All right, so we're gonna take this out.
Of fish. You know, I like the taste of the fish better than the fragrance.
I'm leaving that one alone. That one sounds like it has some science in there. So while Natasha does that, I'll just prepare
The escoveitch.
escoveitch.
Natasha, obedient to the one. You know, and very helpful.
All right, reach a pot for me, Natasha. Down the pot.
So of course we're gonna finish this during the break, but listen. I'm not going too far.
Look here, me? I'm right here. Anthony.
No, Yendi. I should listen me.
All right, Yendi, can turn on that other burner, please.
What would you like me to do, Raymond?
Turn on the other blender.
Sure.
And they put the pot on it.
Oh, you work the stove.
Yeah, I put it. It's sensitive, you know. It's
there we go.
sensitive.
All right.
It has a sensor, right?
So that's right here. Okay. And
All right.
just to say that we're using regular cane vinegar here, and you could have used white wine if you wanted to get really exciting. You could have also have done some julienne beetroot and soak that in the vinegar overnight. It gives it a sort of sweet and sour and tangy feel to it.
And the color.
And the color. And this is where you can get creative. Anything you like. Jalapeno. It doesn't have to be the traditional Jamaica with the Scotch bonnet. It can be other peppers, other flavors. But usually in my house, I don't know about anybody else, we have some of this in a coffee bottle, probably from my grandmother was going to basic school.
With a pimento seed in there, or a couple pimento.
A couple pimento seed. Right, and the green Scotch bonnet is now a sort of brown
Brownish
color.
Yes. Oh man, well I can't wait to taste this after the break, but it is time for a short break, and when we return, it's Faith from Florida with Brother Gary. Sunrise continues. Don't move a muscle. We are surely not. We're ready now.
Tell us the end.